There is no substitute of the hard work. If you have a goal, you stick with the hard work. Sooner and later, you will achieve your goal. So friend, welcome back to Enhance English with Puja, and today video lesson is about to improve your listening power. And the video is about the KFC. We all hear about the KFC, and in this video lesson you will know about the founder of KFC as well as the history of KFC. So without further delay, let's jump in the video. The story of the Colonel Sanders, a man who started at 65 and failed 1009 times before succeeding. Whether you like KFC or not, the story of the Colonel Holland Sanders is truly amazing. This story is inspirational because it's an example how perseverance, dedication and ambition along with hard work can create success. Regardless of your age, Colonel Holland Sanders has become a world-known figure by marketing his finger-licking good Kentucky Fried Chicken. The spectacled Colonel Sanders could easily be identified by his clean, crisp white suit, black string tie, and walking cane. A statue of this man can be seen as far away as on the Northern Road in Kowloon, Hong Kong, for one place. One of the most amazing aspects of his life is the fact that when he reached the age of 65, after running a restaurant for several years, Holland Sanders found himself penniless. He retired and received his first Social Security check, which was for $105. And that was just the beginning of his international fame and financial success story. Colonel Sanders was a fellow who really loved to share his fried chicken recipe. He had a lot of positive influence from those who tasted the chicken. Now, the colonel was retired and up in age, and while most people believed in the sanctimony of retirement, the colonel opted to sell the world on his cool new chicken recipe, which little in terms of means at his disposal. Colonel Sanders traveled door to door to houses and restaurants all over his local area. He wanted to partner with someone to help promote his chicken recipe. Needless to say, he was met with little enthusiasm. He started traveling by car to different restaurants and cooked his fried chicken on the spot for restaurant's owner. When the owner liked the chicken, they would enter into a handshake agreement to sell Colonel's chicken. Legend has it that Colonel Sanders heard 1009 no's before he heard his first yes. Okay, let me repeat that. He was turned down 100,009 times before his chicken was accepted once. Colonel in front of his first KFC store, the deal was that for each piece of chicken the restaurant sold, Sanders would receive a nickel. The restaurant would receive packets of Colonel's secret herbs and spices in order to avoid them knowing the recipe. By 1964, Colonel Sanders had 600 franchises selling his trademark chicken. At this time, he sold his company for $2 million, but they remained as a spokesperson. In 1976, the Colonel was ranked as the world's second most recognizable celebrity. It's amazing how the man started at the age of 65, when most retire, and built a global empire out of fried chicken. Believe, dream, try, succeed, age no bar. The history of KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken (KFC) is world renowned for its fried chicken. Known by the face of an old man with a white beard, the brand indeed has a crispy on the outside and the juicy on the inside history. The journey started way back in the 1930s when a man named Holland Sanders refused to give up in the face of adversity, and by the time of his death in 1980s become a multi-millionaire by successfully building the world's most popular fast food chain KFC. Holland Sanders and his many jobs. Holland Sanders was born in 1890 in Henryville, Indiana. At age 5, his father died, forcing his mother to work. While she was out to work, Holland took care of his two siblings and cooked food for them as well. At the age of 12, his mother remarried, but his stepfather did not like the idea of having stepchildren. So after a year, he left home. He started to work on a farm. Every day he fed the animals in the morning, go to school, and did odd jobs in the evening. Soon he dropped out of the school in 7th grade because algebra proved to be too difficult for him. In the coming years, he tried his luck in a many professions. He worked as a streetcar conductor, insurance seller, railroad fireman, steamboat operator, tire seller, and the lawyer. He tried other jobs as well but didn't succeed in any. In 1933, Sander got a job to run a gas station in Corbin, Kentucky. To make some extra income, he cooked and offered food to his customers. Here he served fried chicken and other dishes he learned as a child. Soon word spread about the cooking, and the people from far off places came to taste his food. His chicken was such a hit that he eventually removed the gas pumps and converted the gas station into a full-fledged restaurant. In 1936, he was awarded the title of Kentucky Colonel by the governor of Kentucky. By 1937, he expanded the business to include a motel and a cafe, Sanders Courts and Cafe, that could seat around 142 people. It took around 30 minutes to cook fried chicken, which was a significant problem for Sanders as the fried chicken was his best-selling food item on the menu. To tackle this problem, he used a pressure cooker instead of deep frying the chicken and cut down the time to 8-9 minutes. This helped to sell more fried chicken. He continued to experiment with his chicken recipe. In 1938, he finally perfected the fried chicken recipe. The recipe included 11 herbs and the spices, which to this day guarded as a secret by the KFC. I threw 2 handfuls of it into the flour and stirred it up with the rest of my seasoning. When I fried it up, it was the best chicken I'd ever tasted in my life, and I have never changed my ingredients from that time to this. An extract from his autobiography. He expanded his business once again by opening another Sanders Court and Cafe in Asheville, North Carolina. In 1939, a fire destroyed the restaurant in Copen. By the time it was rebuilt, World War II had broken out, reducing his customer base, which consisted mainly of tourists. He sold his As Villa location shortly after. Closure of his restaurant in 1955. His business continued to struggle and in 1955 suffered another blow, and in interstate bypass was built on the highway that reduced the number of people taking the highway. Ultimately, Sanders had to sell his place in Copen. He was 66 years old and he had to live on a $105 Social Security check. But it was a blessing in disguise. Sanders had another idea, franchising his recipe under the name Kentucky Fried Chicken. He had already laid the foundation in 1952 when he successfully franchised his recipe to P.T. Harmon. A shrine painter hired by the Harmon, Don Anderson, coined the name Kentucky Fried Chicken. He packed his car with some pressure cookers and a blend of 11 herbs and spices and began his journey across the United States. He journeyed across the country and visited numerous restaurants on the way, offering samples. Once they tasted the samples, he negotiated franchise deals with the restaurant owners, which was usually a $0.4 commission on every piece of chicken they sold. In exchange, he offered to teach them how to make it. He signed his first franchise agreement with a restaurant in Utah, and by 1963, there were 600 Kentucky Fried Chicken franchises across the USA. But the business was too big for Sanders to handle at such an old age. Acquisition deal in 1964. Many people tried to buy KFC from Sanders, and in 1964, Holland Sanders sold KFC, a group of investors led by John Y. Brown and Jack C. Massey, for $2 million. Many people tried to buy KFC from Sanders, and in 1964, Holland Sanders sold KFC, a group of investors led by John Y. Brown and Jack C. Massey, for $2 million. He sold it on the condition that quality will always be maintained. He will receive a lifetime salary and he will always remain the face of the company. A lot of people have asked me why I sold my business after pouring everything I had into building it up. The answer is something like this. When Brown first got interested in Kentucky Fried Chicken, the popularity of my idea was beginning to run right smack over me. My business was beginning to get too big for me, no matter how much energy and time I put into it. From his autobiography. KFC acquisition by the PepsiCo in 1986. By 1970, the number of outlets increased to 3,048 different countries. In 1971, Brown sold KFC to Hablin, a food packaging and drinks company, for $285 million. Holland Sanders died in 1980. Around the time of his death, there were 6,000 outlets of the KFC in the 48 different countries. R.J. Reynolds, a tobacco giant, acquired Hablin in 1982 and sold KFC to the PepsiCo in 1986 for $850 million. After coming under PepsiCo, many new products were launched. The name KFC was officially adopted in 1991. The company kept growing, and in 1997, PepsiCo spun off its restaurant chain, which included KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut, into Tricon Global Restaurant Inc. The new company rebranded itself as Yum! Brands in May 2002. Controversies. Major fast food chains are no stranger to the controversies. In 2014, a rumor resurfaced on the internet that KFC was not using chicken for meat. They were making some type of mutant chicken to make more meat out of one such chicken. Later, this rumor was debunked. In 2008, actress Pamela Anderson, an animal rights activist, exposed what goes behind the making of a KFC bucket. Along with people for ethical treatment of animals, she criticized KFC for animal cruelty. KFC responded by stating that they take all the precautions to avoid any kind of cruelty against animals. KFC has gone through a lot of controversies and still tackle them to this day. KFC in 2020. To keep up with the changing times, KFC has introduced a variety of dishes on its menu. In countries like India, it has introduced a lot of vegetarian dishes to appeal to a broader audience. Similarly, KFC has modeled its menu according to the country it operates in. Today, KFC has 22,600 in 135 countries around the world, with a brand value of US $8.3 billion and the sales of $27.9 billion as of 27th July 2020. The brand value of KFC is ranked 96th in the world. The company is also experimenting with plant-based meat and looking to use new technologies to expand its growth. Thanks for watching.